Continue to play really well on the road. Our focus on the road has been really, really good all year. But today, even though we got off to a slow start, we were pretty focused. Our defense travels again. I thought we really forced a really hard to guard offense to only shoot 29%. I thought Saylor's individual performance on Haley Frank had to jump off the page at people. Sam getting us 9 defensive rebounds. And Aaron, a double-double. Chrissy hit some timely threes that kept people honest. I thought we managed the game against a team that's already 3-0 in our league. So to get to 3-1, really happy with where we're at going into our bye week.
Ethan?
Yeah, Coach, just talking a little bit more about Saylor. Haley Frank held to her lowest scoring outing of the season. We talked earlier in the week about how she's prone to hit tough shots. Just what did Saylor do so well?
Well, I thought she was just sitting in her lap all day. It seemed like every time the ball would find Haley, Saylor was kneecap to kneecap with her. She is a incredibly hard matchup. She really puts a lot of stress on you defensively. I thought Saylor handled it one-on-one a lot of times, but I thought our gap defense and just kind of shading and showing that there was help there if she did happen to get around it. It was an individual effort, but there was some team aspects to it as well. So you shut her down, and then you shut Lauren Hansen down to a degree as well. Haley Troop had an outstanding game, but if you can make them go to an option that they're not used to having to score, that's been a good day for us.
And then there in the late first quarter, a lot of the second quarter went 11 minutes holding them scoreless, 23 straight missed shots. Just what do you think of the way the reserves came in and kept up that energy defensively?
Just shows you how they were locked into what was working early in the game. They weren't just sitting over there waiting to get their number called. They were locked in and saw the actions and knew when they went in what to do for us. There was just one little stretch there where I thought they played harder than we did when Sarah Rose came in the game. But that's when we countered with Riley, and I thought Riley got us back going. I probably should have played her a little bit earlier to get that energy going. But, I didn't know it was 11 minutes until they just mentioned that. So that's got to be one of our better defensive stretches of the year.
And then a player like Erin, having to battle injury a lot of last year, just another big performance from her. How good has it been to see her just number one, her passing has been well recently, and then just how she's been able to get on the boards. Score.
Well, when she's healthy, we were a different team last year after she got hurt. I go back to that pre-injury. She was really playing well. She just continues to mature too. As she understands, she always kind of knew what we were doing, but now I think she understands why we do it and what we can do if they do counter it. She's gotten so good at reading cuts, and our kids have become willing cutters because now they know Aaron will pass it when they cut it. And I thought we found her around the basket. She's so deceptive in her moves around the basket that she's used to guarding bigger kids, and bigger kids aren't used to guarding players like her. She's made a killing, just a living out of doing that her whole life.
And the last thing I have before I turn it over to others is it seems like going back to Creighton and Kentucky last week, y'all just play really well on the road, put together some of your best performances. What's been the key to that?
I think we have distractions at home that are just inherent. You've got you got to do laundry, you got people coming over, you got stuff to go do. Here it's just us. It's team room, it's eat, it's go eat, it's watch a little film. And I think when we're together, we make each other better. I've never been one at home to take them to a hotel or anything like that, on the nights before the game. But, man, there may be something to it. I don't know. We just got to do a better job at home because it is noticeable. We talk to each other different. We listen to each other better. I think coaches are calmer. Probably I know I am. I've got less to focus on when I'm on the road too. So I know kids are that way. So I do want to continue to play in Bud Walton Arena. There's going to be no petition to play all of our games on the road because we have such a home court advantage, but I am glad that we've been able to travel so far.
Jordan?
Yeah, Saylor's been effective all season, but she seemed particularly aggressive today. Could you talk about her performance?
I think she liked her matchup. I write these kids a little card before every game, and this one was specifically saying, I don't have a clue who they're going to put on you. I mean, they've got to make that decision, but whoever they put on you is going to have some things that they're not used to having to guard. And I think she saw that. I think she recognized it. We got her off to a great start. And she's playing with a lot of confidence. She's practiced like this since she come on campus. It just hasn't translated into the game yet. I think she's just getting more comfortable with hearing I always say a heartbeat in your ears when you're playing. You can't simulate that in practice. You can go up and shoot all you want in the gym. You can get on that gun, but it's just not the same. And I think because she hadn't played since her junior year, I think she's in a really good flow. And we're getting her good shots. I think, shots that she's really confident in making.
And Missouri's offensive rebounding in that first quarter was a bit of a surprise. Could you talk about what you guys were able to do to sort of right the ship in that regard?
Play harder, and we took a couple of kids out and reminded them that we ought to be playing as hard as they do. I thought when Sarah Rose Smith came in and Caitlin Gilbert came in and Ashton Judd came in, they were attacking the glass, and we were kind of standing around hoping it would come to us or hoping the ball would get tipped to us. And it was disappointing at that point, but our game theme today was next play and keep playing. Don't try to be solutional and solve our problems out there while the clock's running. Let's move on to that next play. And I thought after that little stretch that you just mentioned where we were really bad, we were probably equally as good for that next 11 minutes, just with a little reminder.
This is the last one for me, but Missouri's a team that doesn't really score a whole lot of points, but they are particularly efficient when they do score those points. And you held them to 29% today. Could you talk about your team defense?
Yeah, I've been, obviously the credit goes to our kids that go out there and execute it and stay together and play team defense. Our preparation's been really, really good this year. We've got a good system in the office, a lot of people, a lot of eyes on things, a lot of communication, a lot of talking. We haven't talked about this, but last year we kind of had an offensive and defensive coordinator, and I've had that in the past. This year we just all coach and we all talk about everything, and we've all got opinions, and then we all agree with each other. We may disagree in those offices or, at the hotel, but when we get there on that bench, we're all in together. It doesn't matter whose idea it was. Nobody cares. And I think that started to really kind of play over to our kids too. They don't feel like they're, playing on offense for one coach and playing on defense for another. They're playing for everybody, and they're playing with each other. So probably will be something, and some teams need it the other way, but this team, I think, thrives on everybody doing things together.
Thank you.